Welcome to Downton Abbey.
Oh, can I help you?
Someone must, sir. I may never rise again.
Downton Abbey 3 is officially hitting theaters next year. The third movie in the series now has a confirmed release date for 2025 and an amazing cast with lots of familiar faces returning. Hugh Bonneville, Elizabeth McGovern, Michelle Dockery, Phyllis Logan, Robert James Collier, Joanne Froggatt, Penelope Wilton, Leslie Nichol, and more will be back, along with Paul Giamatti and Dominic West. Hugh Bonneville recently shared a heartfelt reflection on how the upcoming Downton Abbey 3 will serve as a tribute to the late Dame Maggie Smith, who passed away in September 2024 at the age of 89. Smith, known for her iconic role as Violet Crawley, had been a central figure in the series and its previous films. In an interview with Virgin Radio UK via Digital Spy, Bonneville, who portrays Violet's son Robert, spoke about the film's emotional significance. He described Downton Abbey 3 as a fitting tribute to Smith, adding that it would provide closure for both the characters and the fans. He hinted that the film would mark a definitive end for Violet's storyline, acknowledging that it would be an emotional send-off. Bonneville mentioned, "We finished a third, and I think probably final Downton Abbey film this summer, which will come out next September. That is a wonderful sort of closing off of all the stories, so it's a proper film for the fans. It's very much set in the house and saying goodbye to all these characters, and we obviously say goodbye to Dame Maggie, which was very poignant on screen and now in real life. She'll be sorely missed, but the final film will obviously be a great lasting tribute to her." Along with his tribute to Dame Maggie Smith, Hugh Bonneville also expressed some exciting details about what fans can expect from Downton Abbey 3. He promised that the third film would be the best iteration of the film versions yet, offering a blend of familiar Downton charm. "It's got thrills and spills in a very Downton way, which means spilling a teacup pretty much," he joked in June 2024, shortly after the movie's official confirmation. Now that filming has wrapped, there's plenty to look forward to in the upcoming Downton Abbey 3. Here's everything you need to know about the highly anticipated film. Downton Abbey 3 is scheduled to hit cinemas in the UK and US on September 12, 2025. There's a 3-year gap between this film and the previous one, just like the delay between the first two movies, though that was partly due to the COVID pandemic affecting filming. Filming for Downton Abbey 3 is from May to August 2024, so unless there are any reshoots, everything seems to be on track for its September 2025 release. The cast for Downton Abbey 3 has been officially confirmed, with many familiar faces returning, along with some exciting new additions. Hugh Bonneville, Elizabeth McGovern, Michelle Dockery, Phyllis Logan, Robert James Collier, Joanne Froggatt, Penelope Wilton, Leslie Nichol, Paul Giamatti, and Dominic West will reprise their roles from the previous movies and the TV show. Michelle Dockery shared her excitement in a May 2024 announcement video, saying, "It feels amazing, a tad emotional. It's wonderful to all be back together again. You come back together and it's like no time has passed at all. We're so happy to announce that we're in production for the third Downton Abbey movie. We can't wait to see you." Other returning cast members include Laura Carmichael, Jim Carter, Alan Leach, Michael Fox, Raquel Cassidy, Brendan Coyle, Kevin Doyle, Harry Haddon-Patton, Sophie McShera, and Douglas Reeve. The cast of Downton Abbey 3 also includes some exciting new faces: Jolie Richardson, Alessandro Nivola, Simon Russell Beale, and Artie Fruscian. While Imelda Staunton hasn't been officially confirmed to return yet, her previous comments about the threequel suggest she'll likely be back. She had revealed the movie was happening before the official announcement, so it's pretty safe to assume she'll reprise her role. Since the Dowager Countess passed away in the previous film, it's unlikely we'll see her again in flashbacks, and there's no confirmation yet on Penelope Wilton's return as Isabel Grey, despite her enthusiasm about coming back, as she told Digital Spy in April 2023. Matthew Good's absence in A New Era was due to scheduling conflicts, which hinted at trouble in Henry and Mary's relationship. If their schedules align, this could be explored in the third movie. Another maybe is Robert James Collier as Thomas Barrow. At the end of A New Era, Barrow was offered a chance to go to America with Guy Dexter, played by Dominic West, who is returning for the third film. So we might see Barrow return too, though it's not confirmed. It's also unlikely we'll see Natalie Bay or Jonathan Zakai, as their story arc was wrapped up with the transfer of the villa to the Crawleys. Downton Abbey 3 has the potential to truly embrace its title, A New Era, by focusing more on the Crawley's children as the story moves into the 1930s. A New Era set the stage for this transition by introducing a new chapter for the Crawleys, with a film production company shooting a movie at Downton Abbey, and the family witnessing the arrival of the modern world. The film also marked the farewell to the beloved Dowager Countess Violet Crawley, signaling the end of an era. Throughout the Downton Abbey series, much of the focus was on the love lives of the three daughters of Robert and Cora Crawley, Lady Mary, Lady Edith, and Lady Sybil. Although Sybil tragically died young, she had a daughter, Sibby, with her husband, Tom Branson. Mary then had George, the heir to Grantham, with her late husband, Matthew, while Edith had a son, Peter, with her husband, Bertie Pelham. In A New Era, the family welcomed yet another child, as Tom and his new wife, Lucy, had a baby, further expanding the family. Downton Abbey: A New Era totally lives up to its name by shaking things up for the Crawley family and their staff. Lady Violet's death marks the end of an era. She was an Edwardian who really embodied old-school values. She passes on the family leadership to Mary, who steps into the role of matriarch. For now, Mary is firmly in charge of Downton Abbey, but one day her son George will take over as the Earl of Grantham when he's old enough. While it'll still be a while before George becomes the new Earl, he and his cousins could play bigger roles in Downton Abbey 3. The three oldest kids, Sibby, George, and Marigold, are still little, playing around and getting spoiled in A New Era. But if Downton Abbey 3 happens, we'll likely see a time jump, and the kids should be nearing their teenage years. In Downton Abbey 3, George, Sibby, and Marigold could take center stage as the next generation of the family. They'd still be younger than their mothers were when the show first started, but these modern kids could really represent the changing world as Mary and Edith move into middle age. It would be interesting to dive into their personalities too. Is George as tough and witty as Mary, or does he have his dad Matthew's calm and rational side? Is Sibby as independent and open-minded as her mom, and does she share her father's passion for social causes? And what about Marigold? Does she ever wonder about her biological father, or is she happy being the adopted daughter of the Marquess of Hexham? In Downton Abbey 3, Sibby inherits a villa on the French Riviera from her great-grandmother Violet, and the Crawleys hope to make summer gatherings there a family tradition. This could be the perfect setup for another sequel. As much as fans love the Crawleys and their staff, nearly 2 decades have passed and the characters have aged. George, Sibby, Marigold, and their younger cousins can bring a fresh energy to the show. The mistakes the Crawley grandchildren make and the lessons they'll learn are a goldmine for new storylines in Downton Abbey 3 and beyond. George, Sibby, and Marigold aren't just the next generation, they are Downton Abbey: A New Era. Well, that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this and other exciting upcoming movies. See you next time.